Hey guys, I'm Jade Ocean. Today we're going to be working on the hands, on the forearms, the wrists, and also to the fingers. So we're going to focus on really opening it up, building a little bit of strength, but really focus on opening it up. So you don't need anything. Just make sure maybe that you have a mat, or you could just be on the carpet as well, and then grab some water. We're not utilizing the body a lot, but we are definitely going to be working up a little bit of energy. So find your spot and I will meet you there. Okay, so let's begin in an easy seated pose. So you can just sit down with one leg on top of the other in a half lotus pose, or have your legs crossed, whatever feels good to you. So let's just start by connecting with the breath, of course, as always, and just kind of clearing the head for a minute. Make sure that you're sitting with both sitting bones. Sit up nice and tall through the spine, through the crown of the head. You can have your hands on your thighs, your inner thighs. Take a deep breath in. Think of the shoulders just relaxing down. So letting gravity just take over, not necessarily pulling them down. No force here. We just want to take notice of the way the body feels right now. Make sure that we feel balanced. Notice if maybe we feel, a little bit of imbalance. Maybe we feel uncomfortable. So adjusting yourself to make sure you can sit up nice and tall here. Noticing if you feel like you're hunching, maybe sitting maybe a little bit more forward. Maybe you elevate yourself up. If you need to, you can grab a little pillow or a little blanket to sit up on. Just take a full deep breath in. Nice conscious breath in. Noticing how the breath in makes you feel. Does it feel good? Does it feel a little bit maybe shallow, full? Just taking note of that right now. Again, another full breath in. And exhale, letting everything soften. So inhale to lengthen. Exhale to soften. Letting everything just settle. A few more breaths. Just drawing your attention to this moment right now. Letting go of anything outside of this moment, off the mat. Right now we just want to draw our attention and our awareness to our body, to our breath. And let go of those little thoughts that are lingering. Just give yourself that permission for this moment. There's nothing you can do, nowhere to be. You want to work on building your own growth right now. Today we're going to be working on the hands, the wrists, the fingers, the forearms. These are areas that are utilized every day. We use them a lot, especially nowadays. We're using a lot of electronics. We do a lot of typing. We're always constantly on the go. So grabbing a hold of things, even if you're into fitness and you're grabbing weights, it's just really nice to be able to learn how to relax this area, learn how to open it up and just kind of counter it, because it's normally crunched up. So we're going to work on that today. It won't be very long, but we're definitely going to spend some time on it. So again, taking a deep breath in. Maybe using Ujjayi, constricting, creating a soft, subtle noise, as I call it, the ocean sound in the back of the throat. It's almost as though you're hugging the back of the throat, like you're hissing through with the mouth closed, the back of the nasal. Letting the face relax here. Deep full breath in again. Lengthening up and exhale. Let everything go. No thoughts. No distracting thoughts. Letting go of frustrations, worries, just for right now. Okay. And then let's just take our hands, wiggle them out. Make sure your shoulders are not rolling forward here. So we want to have that good alignment when we're working on our arms. Okay, we're going to flip over in just a second and be in our tabletop pose. But for now, let's just wake up the hands a little bit. So let's just begin by bringing the hands. We're going to bring the elbows into the side, and then almost like a reverse Sphinx pose, if you will. So your hands are going to be directly out in front of you, and then you're going to flip your hands so your palms are facing up. And just energize through the fingertips right now. I'm just noticing if the legs try to tighten up. Just remember remaining grounded, remaining rooted into the ground here. And spacious, so not allowing yourself to clench up. We're going to focus on just utilizing the forearms, keeping the elbows in, not crunching them in. Full breath in, just energizing through the fingers, really opening up right now. And exhale. Just again, Noticing how the breath is moving with the hands out and open. How does this feel? With palms up, usually we feel a little bit, a little more open, maybe a little bit more vulnerable. It's very similar to the heart being opened up. Just noticing how that feels. Do you feel more spacious with your palms up? Do you feel more free? Maybe a little more emotions running through you. Let's begin to actively close the fingers tight. So not necessarily just closing them, but almost like we're grabbing and clawing in. Just using the fingers now. And then again, open. And exhale. Clawing back again. So inhale, we open. Spacious, open, allowing that space within the mind, the space within the body, the palms. And then exhale. Clenching. So this is almost like we're letting go of that tension. Inhale to open. Exhale, clenching. Inhale, open. Exhale, clench the fingers. Again, like we're clawing into something. Inhale, open. And exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, open. And then exhale, close. One more time. Keep the breath nice and fluid. Inhale, full breath. And exhale. Go ahead and close the fist all the way. And just shake it out. And release the hands back down. And just release the tension. Notice if there's a little energy building up in the hands right now. And just let go right now. Again, focus on sitting tall. Maybe drawing your attention to your third eye, just between the eyebrows. Just focusing in on right now within yourself. All right. And then let's just take our fingers. Let's open our fingers up a little bit. So we don't do this often, and it feels really nice. I used to do this when I was always clenching and working, and it just felt so nice to do. But what we're going to do is we're going to just place pressure. So you can have one palm facing up. You're just going to place pressure towards the top of the finger, so the base of where it's going to connect to the palm. You're just going to pull down very lightly and allow this to not just pull the finger, but also pull the wrist down a little bit. So very gently, make sure that your whole finger, all your fingertips are kind of pulling down on this. And just breathe. Notice the space. Allow the elbow to be into the body. Notice if your shoulders start to clench up. This could be a little scary feeling, but you're in full control of this, so don't go too far. You don't need to crank it. We want to allow the space to open. And just breathing into that tension. So this is going to get the pinky knuckle mound area. Again, inhale and exhale. Very carefully, don't let go fully, but you want to just carefully let go. So everything in moderation. And then we're going to go to that ring finger, which can be really weird. But so again, fingers on the entire finger. We want to make sure that you're close to the base of the finger. And then just begin to pull down towards your body and let your whole hand kind of come for the ride. So the wrist is staying up. Just allow that stretch. You can kind of push in, push towards you. Just move it around until you feel opening. Again, inhale. Where can you create space here? And exhale. And again, I'm not pulling the fingertips really down. I'm just kind of holding them so they don't curl. I'm pushing a little bit more towards the center of the finger and then the base here. Inhale again. Exhale. Notice how the shoulders are probably a little bit tighter, maybe the upper arms. And then again, release very slowly. We're going to go through all the fingers. So let's go to the middle finger, same thing. Inhale, put pressure throughout the entire finger, and then we're just going to press down, let it open, let the wrist bend just a little bit here, but we're putting more pressure on the finger. Inhale. Not forgetting about the entire body, so utilizing your core just to sit up nice and tall through the crown of the head. The shoulders are probably a little bit tighter now, so just remain spacious within the neck. Make sure that the shoulders are relaxed down. Inhale again, noticing how, we're stretching the fingers on the left hand, but we're using a little bit of strength on the right hand to do this. And then carefully let go, and then let's just go to the pointer finger. Again, just pulling down gently, letting the wrist kind of come for the ride. So you'll notice the stretch is, at the knuckle mound, but it kind of goes throughout the hand. And we don't do this very often. So this is really nice to do if you have a job, especially if you have a job where you're using your hands a lot, where you're either typing or holding, gripping onto things a lot. This is really good to do daily. I mean, you know, it can take a few minutes, but it's well worth it. So I suggest just try to make time for it. Again, breathing into that space and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Keep the breath moving. Okay, carefully letting go. Let's try to get the thumb. You can bring your hand in closer to you. The thumb's a little bit tricky. What I do is I stick my other thumb just underneath, almost like it's kind of supporting my thumb, and then the fingers go on top. And again, I'm just going to press to the side here and just down, allowing that palm, that pad area, which can feel really nice. A lot of people, when they get headaches, I get migraines, I usually don't feel a lot of tension in this area, but I know it's very common. But doing this will help to alleviate all the tension in that finger pad right there and that thumb pad. So again, breathing into the space. Let the arms be soft here. I know we're using a little bit of forearm and the shoulders, you know, maybe trying to round. So just remembering that no matter what, we are working in this area, but don't forget about the rest of the body. Maintain that space in the spine. Let the face clench up. Don't get mad. No judgment. Don't get mad at yourself for being tight in these areas. It's okay. This is common. This is just human nature. And then go ahead and relax it. Oh, it feels so nice. Okay, so we're going to do the other side. You could shake your hands out. Let your hands just rest on your lap for just a second. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Okay. All right, let's move to the other side. So this one's really relaxed now probably, but we're going to have to use a little forearm strength here. So let's bring the right palm up, right in front. Elbow can just be soft against the side of the body. Let's start with the pinky finger. So make sure you're using your fingers, put pressure just on the base there and then towards the middle, and then just use that tip of the finger just to kind of pull it out so it's not gonna roll up on you. Inhale, pulling down, letting the palm come for the ride just a little bit, but not putting a lot of pressure on the wrist. So we don't want to hyper bend here. Inhale, right into that space of tension. So you'll notice when you're stretching, even in such a tiny little area, that you know, it's not necessarily about pushing and forcing yourself into the stretch. And go ahead and release very softly. Let's go to the ring finger again by the base, and we're just going to pull down. And oh yeah, it feels good. So it's not just about, you know, going the deepest you can and pushing yourself, because what happens is when we do that, our body tenses up, right? It's like if someone tries to punch you, you just tense up. It's a protection mechanism. So what we want to do is go into something, breathe through it, allow our body to feel safe and secure, and then open up naturally. And then you can breathe into the space. So breathing into the space will allow it to naturally open up. And also too, you know, once that happens, you're able to go a little bit deeper possibly, but we never want to jump into something with force and pressure. We always want to allow things to naturally just build trust. Even our body has to trust us. So always remembering that, and then relax and release. And then let's go to the middle finger and go ahead and put pressure, deep breath in. Not trying to push back. So you'll notice sometimes you'll try to push back with the hand that you're trying to stretch. The palm will try to go against it. Let the palm be soft here. So you're just pulling down without just bending the wrist, but you're pulling down, letting the palm stretch, not trying to push against it with the palm. Using a lot of forearm on the left hand. And we're deep, full breath in and exhale. It's hard on the other arm. Okay, let's go to the pointer finger. It feels so nice. We use our pointer fingers so much. And then release. Okay, last time we're going to go for the thumb. So remember, the opposite hand, the left hand is going to go under the thumb to support it. And then the fingers will go on top, and we'll just kind of curl the thumb around us, allow the entire pad to open up. Again, drawing that prana, that energy, that positive energy. It's almost like a cleansing energy into that area. Think of like a river running through and releasing all the debris in the way. Creating space. a new path, clear path. Even something like this can create a feeling of lightness and kind of release within the mind. It's crazy. Okay, release. And then let's just shake the hands out. We're going to place them on the thighs. Again, nice cleansing breath in. And exhale. Good job. Okay, you're still with me, I hope. So we're going to come into tabletop. So go ahead and bring your shoulders over your wrists. Palms are going to be out right now. Deep breath in, knees under the hips. You could just shake the hips out just because we can't forget about the rest of the body. We were in our little cross-leg pose for a second. So just sway it out for just a second. And then I'm just gonna have you go ahead and have your palms face out right now. So just out to the side. If you're at the mat, then the side of the mat, otherwise just to the side of you. And then your wrists are under you. Now, be very cautious. Anytime we put pressure on the wrist, that naturally we want to just put all the pressure into the back of the palm underneath the wrist. So creating a little bit of a suction here. So we're allowing the top of the wrist, or the top of the palm, sorry, where the finger, the knuckle mounds are. So below that, those little pads, we want to make sure that we're pressing with that area as well. And then the fingers are, I wouldn't say gripping into the floor, but they're still there for support. So know that the tips of the fingers are always kind of pressing into the floor. So we're just gonna sway the shoulders side to side. And then in the meantime, you know, our entire body is connected. So not forgetting about the core, we are using the core. We are using the legs. You can have your feet pointing back. You can be using your shins here. We're just swaying side to side. So think of pressing through the hands. We're rooting down through the hands right now. And lifting up through the arms, so creating this spacious feeling, this little flowy feeling as we slide the body back and forth with the shoulders, allowing not only the fingers, the palms, but also the wrists, the forearms to stretch out here. And then notice if you can kind of roll on the hand too. So as you move side to side, we're not just putting pressure, you know, towards the pointer finger towards the thumb. We're allowing it to roll down towards the pinky so you can move your body a little bit more forward, just a little teeny tiny bit. And keep breathing, keep moving with your breath. Just staying side to side. Little sways here. Move your hips if that feels good. Keeping your belly lifted just a little bit. All right, and then let's go ahead and bring the palms. We're gonna have them face backwards, if you will. So if you can, if it's hard, you can have them point out just a little bit, but let's just bring them as far to face backwards as we can. We're gonna inhale, come forward. So our shoulders are gonna come just over the line of the wrist, and then exhale, roll back. So we're almost kind of doing a cat-cow here. So inhale, we'll pull the heart forward. Exhale, we're gonna roll the spine up just a little tiny bit. So we're pulling the belly right up into the body, and then we're pressing the finger palm down. So at the knuckle mounds, we wanna press that down, peeling the bottom of the wrist up off the floor, okay? And then inhale, come forward. And exhale, sway it back. Little baby cat here. Inhale, lift the sacrum up. Pull the heart forward, shoulders come down, and then exhale, spine rolls up. Pull the tailbone down, chin to chest. Inhale forward. Remember, maintaining space in the arms so we're not dumping. And peeling the bottom of the palms up. Inhale, pull it forward. Just a few times here. Keep moving with your breath. Almost done. One more time. Pull it forward, inhale, and exhale, roll it back. And then let's just go ahead and sit down into a Virasana pose, so right on top of our feet. You can curl your toes under if this feels good for you. You can leave them also too with the tops of the feet on the floor. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but you're free to do whatever you like. This is your practice. Okay, so shake out the palms. Whew, that's a lot. Right. Okay, so just a little clenching here like we did in the beginning. And then let's go ahead and just bring our arms just straight up overhead here. So reaching through the side body, make sure that you're not just dumping. I'm pregnant, so it's gonna look like that, but you don't want your belly to just come pulling forward. You wanna make sure you find that neutral spine so the hip bones are not just dumping on top of your thighs. Also too, you're not pulling the tailbone all the way down. So creating those natural curves in the spine. Arms are up, we're reaching through the side body, not through the shoulders here. You want the shoulders to be soft, maintain the space, grace within the neck. You're just reaching up through the fingertips to allow the shins to press into the floor if you're on top of the toes, the balls of the feet or the toes. Find your grounding sensation here, your stability. And then exhale. Let's just begin to, we're just going to open and close the palms nice and slow. So creating a nice little fist and then opening, fist, opening. So you can just start off a little bit slower. Maybe inhale every open and close, and then begin to exhale the opposite, open and close, just going back and forth. And then again, going a little bit quicker, keep breathing. Move with your breath, whatever's working for you. Keep the face soft here. Notice the shoulders maybe tensing up. Keep going. Go a little bit faster maybe. Keep opening all the way, closing all the way. Notice how the forearms are starting to really fire up. I know. Keep going. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Stay with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Oh, and then release it down. Hands can come right to the thighs. Nice full breath in and exhale. Let it go. It's done. Another breath cycle. Let the legs be soft here. Oh, let's go ahead and clasp the hands here. And then we're just going to flip the palms and press the arms right in front of you. So pulling through the side body, but we're not rolling the shoulders forward. So keep the arms plugged into the shoulder sockets here. Full breath in, reach up overhead. And then exhale. I don't want to hit my plant, so I'm going to move. Inhale to reach up overhead. And then exhale right in front. Keep belly nice and firm here. Keep pressing into the shins or the balls of the feet. And inhale lifts you up. Exhale, bring it forward. And inhale, keep the belly lifted. Keep the ribs soften into the body. Inhale again, and exhale. And then let's just bring our hands right to prayer. All right, to Anjali. Thumbs touch your heart. Gentle, let your elbows fall to the side right now. There's no real energizing here. We're not pressing or anything. We're just allowing the hands just to soften, just to connect here. You can bring your chin down even. And drawing that attention, that awareness to the quality of your breath right now. See if you can see within and notice your breath running through your nose, down through the throat, into the ribs. Maybe you can see the diaphragm expanding down towards the belly. Let your belly expand. See that softness within, that flow of energy, subtle energy within. And then let's begin to roll. So I'm going to turn forward so you can see me. So we're going to just roll the hands to the back of the palms and then begin to roll the fingers so they're pointed down and then press forward. So little cat here, rolling the spine, belly's pulling in towards you. You're reaching through the side of the arms, back of the palms facing each other. Inhale up, exhale, roll hands to touch, right back into prayer. Let's do that again. So we're going to roll over the back of the hands and roll them down. So fingers point down, and then we're going to begin to Roll the spine back, pulling the hands forward here, almost like we're about to dive with reverse hands, the back of the palms facing each other. Inhale to bring it up. Inhale deeply, and then exhale, roll the palms right back. Good, let's do that again. So roll over the fingers, right onto the back of the palms, fingers point down. You're just gonna sway them right forward. Roll the spine, pull the belly into the back. Think of the shoulder blades rolling around the spine. And then inhale, lift it up. Roll over to the bottom of the palms, right back to Anjali. Inhale, stay here for just a moment. Let the shoulders be soft. Elbows can soften down to the body. Okay, so we're gonna come right back onto our mat, to tabletop here. Hands can actually, we're gonna bring our fists. So we're gonna come onto our fist here. So full breath in here. If you can, have your fists be on your knuckles here. Nice tight fist. Press in to the ground, lift up through the arms. We're gonna curl the toes under here and then just lift the legs up. So allow a little bit of pressure on the arms here. So we're just gonna maintain that squeezing feeling from the chest, from the forearms pulling in, using a little bit of core here. Deep breath in and then release the knees back down. Uncurl the toes. Curl the toes right back under. We're just gonna hover the knees up, keep pressing into the floor. Lift up through the arms. Squeeze the arms towards each other, almost like you're trying to pull the mat together here. Notice the core is firing up, and then lower the knees back down. Almost done. Inhale one more time. Curl the toes under. Exhale, lift the knees up, hovering. Keep the shoulders pulling down. Keep pressing into the palms. Forearms are really working. You're pulling towards yourself. You're pulling towards the midline here, and then release the knees down. And bring the palms back to the floor, facing forward. And then again, you can just sway it out side to side with the fingers pointed forward now. Good job. Okay. So a couple little exercises here we're gonna do. We're almost done. So we're just going to bring the knees back a little bit, have the palms forward, almost like we're gonna come into a balasana, so you can have your toes to touch, the knees can come out a little bit, but we're also gonna come down like we're gonna come down to a Sphinx pose. So fingers are pointed forward, we're pressing into the palm evenly throughout the entire palm, and then we're just gonna bring the elbows towards the floor, touch, inhale, bring it right back up. Exhale, bring the elbows down to the floor. So we're spreading the collarbone as we come down. Inhale, keep the shoulders back, still spreading the collarbone. Exhale, elbows come to the floor. Inhale, bring it back up. A few more times here. Exhale, elbows come to the floor. Inhale, bring it back up. Keep those shoulders spread. And drop it right back down. Those hands are rooting into the floor. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it right back down. Inhale, bring it up. And walk the hands right back in. Let's just go ahead and sink back for a balasana. You can let your hands just come forward, give the shoulders a break for a second. And you shake out the neck, move the head back and forth. Okay, roll it right back up to tabletop. So we're gonna roll over to the back of the palm now, and then have your fingers facing each other. So they're gonna be facing each other. Your wrists are still underneath the shoulders here. And we're just gonna allow the knees to be under the hips. You can have them come out a little bit. We're gonna press into the back of the palms. We're gonna take a deep full breath in. Exhale. Let's inhale, drop it down. Elbows are gonna come out to the side. Keep the shoulders spreading apart, and then exhale, press it back up. Inhale, pull it apart, and then exhale, press it back up. Inhale, pull it apart, and exhale. Inhale, elbows come out. Find that space here, collarbone. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, press it back up. Inhale, drop it down. Little push-ups here, and then exhale, press it back up. Go ahead and flip over the palms again. And pressing into the floor. And then just sway it out, a little organic movement. You can move the hips around, let the head just drop here, be heavy. Find that space again in the neck and the shoulders. Let the hands just reach forward. Coming into a little puppy pose here. And then let's come right back up. We can meet right back into our seated pose here, your half lotus or cross-legged easy seated pose. So our hands are just gonna fall right where we started, right onto the lap. Full breath in, exhale. And closing your eyes, connecting for a moment with the breath again. Drawing that center right back within. Noticing maybe if you feel a little cooling sensation in the arms. Do they feel better? Do you feel a little bit more alive, awake, maybe tired? Just taking note of that. Our hands and our wrists, our forearms are so important. We need to make sure that we take the time to really show it love, especially since we use it every single day. So a little bit of that stretching, a little strengthening too. So make sure that you add a little bit of that as well. But, if you do this a few times a week, you'll feel really, really good. And then doing the fingers as well. You could always do it as, one entire, stretch with the hand and just grab onto all the fingers, but it's really nice to do focus on each one. You can kind of move it around, but making sure that you take that time, to show some love. And also to a little self-massage. You can place the hand on the back of the other hand and just put a little pressure with your thumb and just allow that downwards motion. So starting off towards the wrist, and you just pushing down and just allowing a little bit of release in there. That feels really good going in between. You could feel the little bones in there and just going in between the bones in there where there's a lot of tendons, a lot of muscle in there. And then also too, a really nice one is just to get the finger pads. So just applying a little bit of a massage at the base of the fingers, the knuckle mounds, just moving it around, just pressing in there, allowing it to just feel finally relaxed through the day. Doing this at night is really helpful, helps you sleep at night, helps your hands feel good and actually relax. So, and doing your other, make sure you get both hands as well. And, take this time. It's really important to do this. I guarantee you're going to feel better. So thank you for doing this with me. I hope your hands feel better. I hope your mind feels a little bit better too. And I will see you next time, hopefully. Namaste.